Growing up, I'd often hear people talk about charms, curses, and juju. I never took any of it seriously. I thought it was just superstition. But after my own experience, I can't laugh it off anymore. I'm a 31-year-old woman, and what happened to me 2 years ago still shakes me to this day. It was December, and my husband came home late, very drunk, as usual. He was carrying 2 unopened bottles of beer and asked me for food. I served him, and we sat at the dining table like we always did. While he was eating, his phone rang. It was a number I didn't recognize. He ignored it, so I picked it up, thinking it might be one of his girlfriends. But instead, a man's voice introduced himself as a bartender. He said my husband had left a significant bill unpaid and was refusing to settle it. When my husband realized who it was, he snatched the phone and started shouting, swearing, threatening the man. Calmly, the bartender replied, "If you love your life, make sure you send the money before you sleep. Otherwise, you won't see the sun again." My husband just laughed, cut the call, and carried on eating. That was my husband's character when drunk. Loud, reckless, often getting into trouble. He was muscular and intimidating, so I think people usually feared him. After eating, we went to bed, had sex, and before long, he was out cold, snoring. I left him there and went to watch TV in the living room with the maid. Around midnight, we suddenly heard him screaming, "Thieves! Thieves!" He burst into the living room in just his underwear, panicked and sweating. I tried to calm him, saying it must have been a bad dream. He insisted he had seen people in our bedroom, but the room was locked and no one could have gotten in. I convinced him to go back to sleep, thinking he was just seeing things since he was drunk. Around 2 a.m., I finally decided to return to the bedroom. What I found made my heart sink. The room looked like a fight had taken place. Clothes were scattered everywhere, bed sheets tossed on the floor, the mattress bare. My husband lay there sleeping, murmuring over and over, "I'll bring it. I'll bring it." I tried to wake him, but he stopped talking and just went on sleeping. At the time, I thought maybe in his drunken state he had thrown things around looking for something. It seemed strange, but I forced myself not to overthink it. I figured there was an explanation for it. The next morning, I woke up to the most horrifying sight. His body was cold and stiff. My husband had died in his sleep. I was traumatized. It all happened so suddenly. After the burial, a man approached me. To my shock, it was the same bartender. He reminded me of the call, "I spoke to you on your husband's phone. He owed me money. Make sure you don't go to bed before you pay." He said the exact same words he had spoken to my husband. Fear took over me. I didn't argue, I didn't hesitate. I paid him right there and then. Now, it's been over 2 years, and I still don't understand what happened. Could my husband's death have been from alcohol? Maybe a heart attack or stroke in his sleep? Possibly. Could his paranoia about thieves have just been drunken hallucinations? That too made some sense, at least at first. But how do I explain the state of the bedroom, as if he had been in a violent struggle when no one was inside? How do I explain his repeated words, as if bargaining with something unseen? And most of all, how do I explain the bartender? His chilling threat, repeated to me after the burial, word for word, demanding money with the same warning. I've tried to reason it out, but deep inside I know what it means. There are people out there with powers beyond what we can explain. I never used to believe in witchcraft or mystic forces. But after this, I know better. Out here, there are things science will never explain.